Midwest Sports Desk.
What a week it was last week for Washington State athletics. There has to be plenty of pride if you're a Cougs fan. There were 5 great moments, and so I made a top 5 list. So let's get right into it. Number 5, Washington State men's basketball pulled off a big-time win against 8th-ranked Oregon, 72-61. That was the first time in 13 years the Cougs beat a top 10 team. CJ Ellaby scored 25 points in the win.
So on behalf of President Schultz, it is my honor to introduce the 33rd head coach in the history of our great institution, Nick Rolovich.
Number 4 on my list, Washington State football hired its 33rd head coach of its football program this past week. Nick Rolovich came over from Hawaii to take the reins of this football team. He will install his run and shoot offense that sparked the Rainbow Warriors to be the 5th best passing team in the country last season.
With the second pick in the first round of the 2020 NWSL College Draft, the Portland Thorns select Morgan Weaver from Washington State.
Number 3, former Washington State women's soccer player Morgan Weaver was selected 2nd overall in the National Women's Soccer League. She was the highest draft pick ever in program history, and she is the 2nd highest draft pick in Washington State athletics history. Only football legend Drew Bledsoe was ever drafted higher. Weaver is fresh off a season where she helped lead WSU to its first College Cup Final Four, and she finished 2nd all-time in program history in goal scoring. Number 2, former Coug and NBA superstar Klay Thompson had his jersey retired by Washington State. His number 1 jersey went into the rafters after an illustrious career in the Palouse. He finished as the 3rd all-time leading scorer in Cougs men's basketball history. He was also first team All-Pac-10 in 2010 and 2011. As a pro, he's won 3 NBA championships and a gold medal. The coolest moment, though, had to be former Washington State football linebacker and former NFL pro Steve Gleason receiving the Congressional Gold Medal. Some things are just bigger than sports, and this was it. The Spokane native received the highest award Congress can bestow on any civilian for his fight against ALS, a disease he's been dealing with since 2011. Since then, under his foundation, Team Gleason, he has dedicated his life to raising awareness for ALS patients and improving their lives, and he had these special words at the ceremony.
I suppose I don't see my story as a football story, or even an ALS story, but rather a human story. The truth is that we all experience pain in our lives. But I believe that the problems we face are our opportunity and define our human purpose.
Those were just some strong words, and what a special week it truly was for Washington State athletics. That's all for sports.